Okay, part two here. We've got our images. They're, I consider used to say outline, but they're all masked. No backgrounds to everything, but let's go ahead and put these on the table. So first of all, I'm just going to select all of them because they're all quite large. So you click on the first layer, shift click on the last, well, second to last layer, and then we'll go to Command T, or you're going to go to transform, scale. All right, we'll do it the long way. I'm going to go to the corner up here and do a shift, hold down the shift key so it stays in proportion, and we'll just move everything down a little bit. That actually brought this one down quite a bit. That's too much. So I'm going to undo this. And I don't want to select the plate of, nope, which one? The fruit bowl. All right, grabbing 4 of them. Again, select 4 layers. Go to the corner handle, hold down the shift key, and we'll move these down just a little bit. All right, so now they're here. Check it to make sure it actually does, that you're confirming the change in shape. Ice cream, I'm going to move this over a little bit so we can actually see them now. Glass of pop, plate of food, moving down. And then we've got bowl of soup. There is, let me see something. Okay, we'll let this go for now. Be good exercise to make sure you click on your layer before you, to activate it to work on something. So I'm just going to do a couple of these, and it's not going to be wonderful, but we're just going to go ahead and make these a little bit smaller. We are on this bowl of soup. We'll make this smaller, about yay big. That's good. Confirm or double click inside. We'll go to fruit bowl. That's quite big. Again, shift key, keep that down. Is that going to work? That's good. Double click inside with the check mark. Glass of pop. We'll do this. Okay, we'll put this, whoop, didn't mean to do that one. Okay, check that. Plate of food. We'll make this a little bit smaller. Maybe we'll put this one down here, I think. Okay, plate of food, then the bowl of soup. Glass of pop, we'll stick this here too. Okay, bowl of soup, we'll just stick over here. Make it that a little bit smaller. Maybe that has to go over here because of the way the soup bowl is. Doesn't really matter. Like I said, I just want you to kind of get used to working with layers, working and modifying some things here. So ice cream. All right, we'll make that about yay big, and we'll just stick this here. Now, not all these things fit, and this is part of the thing too. These elements would not make a good montage, all right? They have different light sources. They are real food versus plastic food. Light source is huge though. And images, like this is kind of dark in gray a little bit, a little blue. This one looks pretty good as far as the actual photograph. So they don't look great, okay? If you want to, you can come in here and change some other things too. Just kind of play around with this. Ice cream, edit. Maybe I want to transform this and kind of distort it, move it around a little bit. You could do that. We just did a scale at this point, okay? And this is fine kind of where everything is at this point. I do want to add drop shadows. We're talking about light sources. And taking the light source, I'm thinking it's like outside because you've got the shadows coming like straight down. So even though the images they're not all photographed the same way. Again, another example of how important it is that every element work. This table does not work. These elements do not work together. We're just going to try to fix it just to kind of, you can only do so much in Photoshop. If things don't work together in the first place, it's kind of hard to make them work, in a nice final image. But one more thing I want to look at is drop shadows. So under here and under effects is drop shadow, okay? And what a lot of people do, this says on fruit bowl, it's way up here. Let's put this up here a little bit. Okay, drop shadows. So what drop shadows, you can change opacity, and generally that's way too dark. Okay, 20 is probably a good place to be. We'll make it dark just so you can see it. You can change the distance and make it bigger, or where you move it, all right? You can spread it, getting really hard there. I like the softer edges. You can make the size of it, and that spreads it in a different manner too. So what do you think it would look good? Okay, you can change the angle of where the shadow goes. And what you definitely want to do is global light. So I'm thinking the light source is coming from almost the top. Okay, and then global light. So if everything on here is a drop shadow, it's all going to be the same. Now these drop shadows are going to be okay on the plates, but let's take a look at what happens here. I'll hit OK here too. Okay, let's go to the next thing, bowl of soup. I think you can just double click it and do it too. There's drop shadow, bowl of soup, probably a bit much, but we're going to keep on going. All right, plate of food, double click it or hit effects, go to drop shadow. Okay, again, really, really dark, not the best. Ice cream, this looks ridiculous in every sense of the imagination. The angle of the ice cream, how the picture is done, everything. And the, again, light source is in the wrong place. But we're just going to double click here, put the drop shadow on. What's kind of cool about this is when this is open, you can actually move them. Is that kind of neat? I'm going to undo that though. I'm going to cancel that one out and put that back on. Keeping these just very, very simple. Okay, so these drop shadows are not bad, but what happens when you put it on, where's the glass of pop? Effects, drop shadow, and I put that on. Let me move this one because you'll see this. Okay, we'll move them all. All right, there we go. It's moved. This now looks like a cutout, like a piece of paper was cut out and pasted on top. So these drop shadows kind of work okay on these four elements, but the drop shadow on this element will not work. It is completely wrong. Okay, what I'm going to do with this one is, while it's open, all right, I'm going to open this here. Okay, we're good. Drop shadow is there. I'm going to hit OK here. Go and make this a new layer. So where's this at? New layer. Oh, I always forget this. Layer style. Create layer. Here we go. This is going to make its own layer itself. Okay, so this is the glass. This is the drop shadow. This kind of drop shadow needs to be modified. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Edit and Command T transform. Okay, that'll work too. I'm just gonna go here so you can see the different options. Holding down the Shift key, and I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Okay, we're going to kind of go to the corner. Oh, I'm on Command T so I can transform it differently. Okay, this is gonna be angling it. All right. Now, this is actually going to go and follow the light source from the windows at top, and it's going to go this direction. Okay? So that's more like it, right? It's coming and going down a little bit. Let's rotate this a little bit. I got to get up on it more. Corner, come on. Command T. Give me the corner options. It's being a bugger. Okay, so we'll go and rotate it this way. Gonna move it slightly this way. And it's not so big, but there you go. So there's a better drop shadow for this. But you can always change the opacity down to it. Why didn't it go down? Oh, I'm on the fill. My bad. Opacity. Bring this down a little bit. So it's a lighter drop shadow, kind of matching what the chairs are doing. And there's another thing too, and like I said, there's so many ways to do this, and you'll learn this as we go through. And this is kind of going into showing you more things than what you're going to learn in the first day. But if I lock this is the pixels, okay? and you'll learn more about this down the road. You don't have to do this on this one, just to showing you a little bit. You can do a gradient on the drop shadow, and it's going to go from black to white. Okay, so black to white. Again, hiding to showing. Black will hide, white shows. And I'm on the shadow with the gradient tool. And if I click and drag, you see how it got lighter as it went away from the glass? And then I could still go and change the opacity and kind of, come on. There we go, and lower that out. So there's so many things you can do, but with this first example, really, I want to kind of just let you play with this. There's no right or wrong. As long as you get the 5 elements on here and they sit on the table, I am good with that. And then kind of make sure you understand the eyeballs, string things off and on, the effects down here. There are so many different effects to work with that we'll get through some of these. Okay, drop shadow, leave that on there. Oh, cancel, didn't want to do that. Making sure you know how to activate a layer to work on it. You can turn these effects off too if you don't want them temporarily. There's little arrows to kind of close things down a little bit. And if you needed to, you can click and drag and move layers around. But you wouldn't want table on top because then it would hide everything else. Okay? So just kind of, have a little fun getting around Photoshop a little bit and just experiment a little bit with this little activity.